Hey YouTube, so I am back with a different hairstyle. How y'all like it? Okay, I had to go ahead and pull out the tame look. I'm just feeling it. I was getting tired of having curly hair. I get bored easily. But anyways, let me go ahead and turn the AC on. It is hot up in this mug. So today's topic, we're gonna talk about Mena and Safaree Samuels. Now, I'm not one to really do the celebrity gossip, but this relates to real life, and you could really, as a normal non-celebrity, put yourself in both their shoes too, not make the same decisions that they made. Maybe save you from the drama, the failure of it all. So let's talk about it. So Fari is a Cancer. Mena is a Scorpio. Really, I guess they could work out. Water signs, they're a bit emotional. I think Mena is such a beautiful looking woman. And Safaree, he's sexy, I guess. He ain't my type though. He is not my type. Let's not get it twisted. But to this type of community, I guess they would be considered to be a hot couple. If I'm being honest, I feel as though that relationship was built off of lust. I feel like it was just lust. He was lusting over her. Now, I do feel like he did really like her at a point, and she liked him too. But I feel as though where it went wrong is that eventually she fell in love with him. Scorpios, they fall hard, they love hard. I think he started to just really see the real her. However, he should have knew who she was before he even really decided to go into it, because this is for the world to see. She's been living her life on TV, and if you see how she treated Rich, Sin Santana, and just normal people, how she's like really mean and rude to everybody, why did he think that it wouldn't happen to him? Now, another thing too is that I feel like they just got with each other off of looks. Like I said, he didn't see the real her just yet, and it's but so much that you can just keep up a facade of trying to be this certain type of woman. She loves hard, I can tell you that. But I think for most people, they don't like that nag. And I feel for him, a person like him, his attachment style is dismissive, avoidant. Her attachment style is she's anxious. Actually, she is anxious. She's an anxious attachment. But anyways, now that we got that out the way, I don't feel as if there's a wrong. They both have their ways of why, who's right, who's wrong. No one's really right. He stooped low and she stooped lower. And someone has to be the bigger person in that picture. Just because maybe he did something or said something doesn't mean as a woman she had to go and stoop to his level, maybe his ego. She used to do some crazy antics back in the day, back in 2019 and whenever it was around that time, 2019, 2020, during the pandemic and after the pandemic. But whenever she got mad, I just remember one day I was in the shave room and she over there breaking glass and hoarding it. If you're gonna be crazy on the low. Like, don't let the world know you crazy. I don't advocate for anybody being crazy, but I'm just saying, don't bring the internet into your business. But I digress. That's just me and my opinion. Anyways, so they met back in 2018 on this show called, what was the show called? God damn it, I don't know what the show was called, but it was on some show, some eerie, spooky show that they had, and he was on it. For me, somebody like a Safaree, I just would never take serious. I wouldn't even give him the opportunity. I just don't see it. He doesn't give serious, settle down, have a life with. He does seem like a sweet person. So they were engaged. They moved really, really quick. And that's why I say I feel like their relationship is very lustful. They were engaged 2018. As soon as they met in 2018. So as soon as they met, engaged. Nothing's wrong with that. I'm not saying that. And then they got married 2019, and then boom, have a child. Enjoy the marriage a little bit, keep things spicy. And they were keeping things spicy. I mean, she a Scorpio, he a Cancer. They were keeping things spicy. But I don't know, it's just my thoughts. It was just only about sex to me in their relationship. And I feel like they move way too fast. That sex and lust and this and that is gonna burn out. And when real life things hit the fan, you have to date a person long enough or go through some things. See how each other gets when you're mad. And I'm not talking about something really small mad, something big, whatever they was going through. Go through all of that stuff first before You get married, you have a baby. Now they gotta go through all this public humiliation of getting divorced. Had you go rushing into the relationship, you could have really got to see what that relationship was gonna be hitting for. Now, I feel like they're both hopeless romantics. They were searching for love. You have to be whole before you really can get into a serious relationship. Be whole. I don't feel like she's whole. I don't. Listen, I think Erica Mena is a beautiful woman, and I wanted her to win so many times, so many times. But she is a little bit dramatic for me. And I'm going to tell you why I say this. You asked for a divorce, let it go. And it may seem like I'm taking sides. With her being a woman, I'm being a woman. It might seem like I'm taking Safaree's side. But this is how I feel. And it could be the Virgo in me. Once a Virgo is done in their head, we done. And there's no maliciousness behind that. No anger. It's just, we'll be done and we'll be happy for you from a distance, or we'll just never talk about it again. This girl, that man lived rent free in her head. Every time you go on the Shade Room or something like that, the blogs, she always talking about him. And maybe it's because she feel like they have kids together. But in my opinion, it's just like, let it go. Just let it go. Let it go. It's over. You guys aren't getting back together. He's moved on. Now I think it's best that you move on too. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's the healthy thing to do. It's not healthy to stay talking about somebody. It's okay. Listen, you got married. It didn't work out. People get divorced. Let it go. And I could see if he was the one that divorced her, but she divorced him. If you really not ready for a divorce, don't ask for it. I don't know. I feel like the internet is split. Is a lot of people team Erica, but then there's a lot of people that's team him. Get both sides. That's how I feel. I get both sides. She's not going to be happy unless she has her family back, because when they were together, she felt like she had it all. She had the marriage, she had the house now, she had the kid. She's getting her happily ever after. But it all come crashing down. She had the big wedding, and as she said, it was called the Cinderella wedding. And she probably felt like she finally made it. She finally got it. She has the kids, she has the husband, she has the house. So for it not to work, is hurtful, and it's embarrassing because this is being played out on television, in the media. Let's go back to his side. If I was him and she got crazy, she going off on the internet, and we're not even going to talk about right now the recent things she has done, but I could be just over it too. She ripped up their marriage. What did she rip up? She ripped up the marriage license, and I think she posted that on social media. It's certain things that you cannot do with a man. Fortunately, if you decide to be emotional and irrational with the guy, he may never look at you the same. That's what it is. You, as a woman, you have to hold your own composure and just be like, all right, hold your composure. Because once they see that crazy side, they don't want to deal with that. Like you don't take time to be intimate with yourself. You forget about me. You forget. So that's what she did. She took the wedding photos and threw the wedding photos in the garbage and posted that on social media. If you do something like that, I understand being checked out a little bit. It's just certain things that you just don't do. And I get it. She's doing it to get his attention, shock value. It backfired. Maybe some people it could work out, but I don't know. He's very dismissive, and with a dismissive avoidant, they don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Once you start acting crazy, so let's go ahead and play this. Okay, what is it? This from the bottom of my heart. Getting married was one of the biggest mistakes, and I would never, it would never happen again. Oh my goodness. He wrote that on Twitter. They're both really petty. Let me just be honest. They're both petty. It just is what it is. They're both petty. This is why you gotta take your time to get to know somebody, because that may happen. She spoke bad about Spice, saying she's like a black monkey. Because why? You know what? Because she's dark skinned. So many beautiful dark skinned women out here. It's just stuff like that that just shows Erica Mena who she is. Even when you think you want to have empathy for her, but a person like that you can't. I still think she's very beautiful, but we have to call a spade a spade. She thought she was gonna get with Safaree, control the situation because he was on her from the get. He said, do what you got to do to make you happy. This is a dismissive avoidant, my friends. That is a dismissive avoidant to the T. He don't want to be responsible for anybody else's feelings. He said, do what you have to do to be happy. Go figure it out. He don't want to be responsible for her feelings. He's being very dismissive. Is it right? I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. Because they are married. But you gotta remember, she decided to get a divorce. She was playing those games. But I honestly wouldn't know what to do in that type of situation. I wouldn't know what to do on her part or his part. It takes maturity. Now, I did want to talk about the after effects of the breakup, the divorce. So it seems as though he moved on, but every time she does an interview, she's reminiscing on him. The interview that she had with Cam Newton, she had an interview with him, and she's over there reminiscing. He came out with a boombox, he rented a fandom, and he sung with the boombox. Like, you divorced him, you be cursing him out, but you over here reminiscing and have not moved on. So I wrote down Safaree is more of a detached behavior because he keeps on distancing himself from the drama. Meanwhile, Erica, she continues to talk about him and she seeks validation and closure from the situation. Public relationships. I know that has to be tough. Going through a wow, the big relationship in the public eye, on that TV show that they met on, not Loving Hip Hop, they met on another one, meeting on that show, getting married, having the relationship on TV, having the wedding on TV, having two babies, and then it just like not work out. I know that can be hard. I mean, easy. So let's talk about them being on Loving Hip Hop together after the breakup. It lasted longer than what going on in the media. It lasts longer because with watching Love and Hip Hop a long time ago, they still had to be around each other, tape around each other, and being in that type of environment can be toxic. So this is not our relationship per se, but it's so many things that we can learn from their relationship. And that's why I say I want to take this as something that we can take from it and really just be like, okay, let me look out for these red flags. Let me, they were married. They was having these crazy wild arguments over social media, breaking up. You want to take that into consideration. Now, there's a couple of things you want to take into consideration, but I would rather stay in just a simple relationship, we girlfriend, we boyfriend, and deal with that breakup over dealing with a breakup of being married. So yes, had I've known I'm in a relationship with somebody, we'll just take me or you example. You're in a relationship with somebody, you really do love them, you really do care about them, but you get into these like weird petty arguments and maybe wow, you know what I'm saying? Like things that we do afterwards. I'm not saying that you gotta break up, but saying, okay, I'm gonna get married does not solve the issue because it's going to be easier to break up a girlfriend relationship. It's still gonna be hard, but it's going to be easier to just be like, all right, let's just go our separate ways. Now you're married. You gotta go through a divorce. You gotta have that on your brain like you're in divorce. You have to go through court. You have to do this. You gotta do that. Custody battles. Children are now involved. You have to always be reminded of this person because you had a kid with them. They're in your life for the rest of your life, not up until 18. This person is a part of your life for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? If when your kids grow up and they decide to get married or, whatever, they have a wedding, you're going to have to still see him. Family events, you still going to have to see him. I is the type of person that I'd rather just simplify it before it gets. I'm the type of person that marriage, kids, like, I would never try to trap a man to keep him around because get pregnant by a man on purpose or anything of that nature because if without any type of strong commitment or just knowing that this guy isn't 100% in it because she was married so she probably like okay well, I can have my kid whatever she was married but it didn't keep him kid I don't know. How can I put this into better words? I was just waited to have a kid, especially two kids. Personally, I wouldn't want to have a kid with somebody and then it don't work out because I'm gonna always be reminded that it didn't work out with this person and now I have a kid by that said person. Now, if we were in a, long, like really went through the paint, like look it through together and then for some reason it didn't work out, that's different. But meet a person, get married, and get divorced all within the same year, the same time frame. Oh no, that's just embarrassing. Let's talk about why Safari might be silent. Now, he may be silent because I feel like he might just be protecting his peace. He might just be over the shenanigans. He might just be living his best life. Who knows? You know what? I'm not here to take sides, but I would be on a side. I know people do not like Safaree, but the way that he's acting afterwards, he's deemed as the one that's less crazy. He's still crazy, but he's deemed as the one that's less crazy because he's not reacting. Emotions is, I just, listen, emotions are crazy. Emotions can have you in jail. Emotions could have you effed up in the head. That's why I just say sometimes it's mind over matter. And sometimes it's just to protect your own mental. That's it. It's need to have mind over matter. That being overly emotional, whether it's on a woman or whether it's on a man, it looks insane. It does. Sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it, and not even fake it in a way like me. When things don't work out, I don't believe in putting on the show. I don't believe it. I don't believe, because that's what Erica Mena did when she broke up. She was like, oh my goodness, thank God I'm finally divorced. She said that when she was wearing that red dress, when Lil Scrappy was right there by her. And she was over there discussing like how much money she'll be getting, child support, stuff like that. And I don't think she was like enough or something, but she was jumping in joy. I'm divorced, a lot. And you can act like that and do all this, but deep down, she still want that man. Because trust me, when you don't care, you just don't care. You do not care. Like, don't care. She still cares. She's still talking about him. Years later, they divorced a year after they got married. So it's been years, and she's still, about them for the sake of the kids. She is not the first one to ever be, what is it called, divorced? She's not the first woman to ever be divorced. People get divorced every day, B. So, and they move on. I know somebody that was with somebody for years and it didn't work out. They had kids together and all that. Strings attached, you know what I'm saying? It didn't work out. But guess what? She went on to be a better person and not let that make her into a bad person. And she found love again. And now she's in a very great situation. And the more that you think about that old whatever that didn't work out, the more that you'll be in that sunken place while that person is out living their best life. And like I said, I'm not here to take sides, and it may seem like I'm taking sides, but Erica Mena once looked amazing. She looked so refreshing and alive. Years later, she's in the sunken place because she's super, super sucked in and skinny and, looking crazy. She looking crazy these days. Even though she is still a beautiful person, looks wise, we seen where she came from to how she looks now. She's still like, if we never seen her before, like she looks now, we'll be like, oh, she's cute, like bad, baddie. But because we know how she used to look and how she looks now, she looks sucked in. She got all this like done, and nothing wrong with that. But something is like, I don't know, I think she's starting to look back better again. But she went to go get her teeth done or something, her lips done. I don't know what she did, but it looked different. Or maybe it's like what's it called? Maybe it's just her being like stressed out that like will have you looking. Stress will make you lose weight. You know what I'm saying? Stress will make you lose weight. So maybe it's that. So I feel because the way Safaree is after the breakup, I feel like Erica probably blames herself, long run. Maybe at first she didn't, she probably felt good about her decision. Like, yeah, I need to break up for me and, be strong or this or that, how she want to portray herself to the world. Nothing's wrong with that. That's good. But she probably just felt afterwards, dang, he ain't coming back. Not, she probably started to then blame herself, which she should take some accountability. They both should. But the best thing for Erica Mena to do is she needs to just really focus on her, start to look healthy again. You have to focus on her, become healthy again, and eventually date and stop comparing everybody to Safaree Samuels. You know what I'm saying? Just work on being the best version of yourself that you could be. And we all mess up. You won't be the first one to ever get a divorce in life. You know what I'm saying? Just focus on what you to do for you and the kids. If he is a deadbeat dad, there's plenty of women that's out here that they've been with people that's deadbeat dads. But guess what? They figure it out. They learn to be at peace with them. And also, I want to say she needs to forgive herself for all the bad things that she has done. No buts. Take accountability. Forgive yourself and move on. The best revenge in any situation It's just to move on, be happy, be successful, glow up, and not glow up in a way that you're show boasting. Oh, I'm so happy to be single. That's so fake. We know you're not happy. We know that you will want a man, and you know this. Don't fake it. Don't do that. When you break up with somebody, for anybody, then you break up with somebody, whether you're on the wrong side or the bad side. You was the breakup, the breaky, or whoever you were. Act as to the world, at least to the internet. Just act as if life goes on. Don't ever give somebody the satisfaction to know that you are living rent free in their head. Would never. I'm sorry, that's just me. I'd be sick in the head. Heck. But I would never on social media do subliminals. I would never talk about it in interviews. I'm the Beyonce of, Beyonce, you don't know. She don't talk about nothing. Things be private except for her business. After the breakup, just, social media is regular. You post your business, you post your movies, whatever she's doing, and that be that. What's nothing about that man. Just because y'all was married, let him live his life. If she just be regular, chill, whatever, we would just look at him as the bad guy. Oh, you're a deadbeat dad, or you're this, year, whatever. But when you think about it, we were over here tearing him down sometimes because he went on to live his life after the breakup that she asked for. Now, he may have cheated. I don't know the ins and outs. But this is why I say we got to work on ourselves, because if a man cheat on us or do whatever they decide to do, they lie, they do something that make you want to act crazy. Women, we can have those emotions where we want to act crazy over a man. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean you got to act on it. Once a person see that crazy side, they would never respect you the same. So I say, even if a guy cheated on you, you got to have that composure where you're not about to do something crazy. And we know Erica Mena is crazy. The cameras is off. We don't know what was going on behind closed doors. And say she did something. I did see one where she all the glasses in the house and this and that. These men don't respect it. You could I broke up anyway, so you could have just did all of that. Situation could have still played out and be the same without you acting crazy. So the way that he acts over Nicki Minaj, you could tell Nicki Minaj was just very you could tell she just wasn't with the antics with him. She had him in place. You know what I'm saying? You could tell she wasn't acting all crazy. I feel as though she wasn't. I feel he had respect for Nicki. Nicki was the one that broke up with him. You know what I'm saying? She broke up with him, and he still wants Nicki to this day. He still wants Nicki Minaj, but I don't know. It's just really ghetto to me. It's ghetto. Anyways, I say this all to say, as women, if a man gonna F up, let him F up on his own. We don't need to act crazy. We don't need to send no paragraphs. Don't send paragraphs. Don't send. Got one time in your life to act like a crazy person. And listen, if you never act crazy ever and you maybe learn from somebody else's relationship, then that's cool. But for the people that have act crazy, you have that one moment, act crazy. But after that, you got to learn from it, especially if it didn't go in your favor. Learn from it and grow from it and move on. If a guy make you upset, just walk away, disengage for the moment while you feel emotions bubbling up, because then you might look like Erica Mena, or you might end up like Erica Mena. You get in a relationship, get engaged, married, and divorced. Have 2 kids, still going crazy over this guy, still talking about this guy. No new guy want to get with you because you still over there talking about your ex to the internet, going crazy about your ex. Nobody want to deal with that. So I hope this somewhat made sense, what I was talking about. I'm just talking. I'm just having talk. That's it. I'm not on anybody's side. I'm not taking sides. No one's right in this situation. Both wrong. It's sad. It really is. But I also just don't advocate for people being in a relationship that they're not meant to be in and that they're not happy in. If she wasn't happy because she kept on complaining, if he wasn't happy, then it's just not meant to be. And it's okay. It's no need to fight for something that isn't meant to be. So no one's wrong in that regard. So yeah, I'm logging off, guys. You guys don't even want to know what time it is. But yes, if you guys want me to talk about any other thing with a celebrity and how I could to real life, let me know. I'm here. I like talking. Just get my thoughts out there. So yes, we could have a discussion in the comment section. So leave a comment, okay? You make sure you like this video. Stop playing with me. Stop playing.